Hello! Welcome to Sharing Creativity and Company. My name is Sharon Cheng, and today I'm excited to share with you how I made this little ornament using our Sleigh Ride edgelets dies and the Christmas Greetings thinlet dies. First thing I did is I bought this plastic ornament that's hollow from my local craft store. I used a glass glitter because I had some left over from another project, but I've also used Epsom salts. I try to stay away from the fine glitters and the faux snow type stuff because I find it sticks to the inside of the ornament and it won't move around as easily as the glass glitter or the Epsom salts. So first thing you want to do is figure out what size circle you're going to need to cut this window sheet, and you can see from the side, I think you can see where I've got that inside the ornament. So for this particular project, what I found is the 6th circle from the center is what fit this one the best. Out of a window sheet, but in this case I'm actually showing you with cardstock so you've got some color, I just cut a flap, slip it on the opposite side of the circle, and then run this through the Big Shot. When you do that, then you're going to end up with this. And I did not use Stampin' Up's window sheets because I needed something very thin and flexible. So this is what you'll actually use to make like overhead slides, that kind of thing. It's a little bit more flexible than some of the craft window sheets you can get. Then everything else uses glimmer paper. When glimmer paper comes, it's very stiff. And you need this to be very flexible because you're going to have to roll it up to fit it into that ornament. So what you're going to do is you're going to remove the paper backing, and you're just going to use your fingernails, tip of your scissors to pull off, to get this started so you can pull off the paper. And when you do that, you'll end up with a very flexible sheet like this. And I like to just do a big section at a time and then use it. I used the Christmas greetings, and this is backwards, but this says peace and jolly and merry. And that's going to go here. And I'll just cut off the ends after I get it attached. I use the Sleigh Ride edgelets. These have been extremely popular. Here's a tree, a sleigh and a horse, and then some houses. And so out of the dazzling diamonds, I cut the tree. I'm not worried about this bottom half because it's going to be covered up with the glitter. For both of these items, I actually glued it down using Stampin' Up's fine tip glue pen. This has been a lifesaver for thin objects like this. And the reason why is you get a very thin bead of glue because of this little tip. Now, as you know, if you've used others, what happens is that gets stopped up. You need to get a straight pin to fix it. Well, the straight pin comes inside the lid. What I find the easiest way to line this back up is I got my finger right here, so that I know where to put it, so that every time that glue is going to be ready for you to use for your project. So that's how I glued down these two items to the window sheet. For the horse and the sleigh, I did cut off the bottom half so that these are free. And I find that because you're gluing this now to glimmer paper, you're actually going to want to use mini glue dots. You need a very strong adhesive to get that down. Also, before I forget, I did cut down the edges of this ornament so that when the glitter fills, it didn't have to come all the way up to the top to hide the edges of the Dazzling Diamonds paper. So I cut these down a little short because normally they come straight across. For this, I used mini glue dots, and the way I do that is I peel back I've got my roll of mini glue dots, and I've got one dot exposed. I put my item on it, and when I pull it off, there's the mini glue dot. For places like the head, you can actually fold the dot back on itself. I did not use it on the thin parts like the reins and the runners on the sleigh. But that made it easy to put this on the window sheet. When everything's adhered, and the hardest part about this is wait for everything to dry before you do the next to the last step. I just took a little dowel. In this case, it's one set of chopsticks, and I roll it up like this. Now, the decorations are already on it. When you roll it up like this, then you can fit it through the opening in the ornament and put the top back on. Then I add, well, before I put the top on, I added the glitter. I just poured it on either side. And then I added some of our glitter ribbon. It comes as a set with gold and white. And that is how I made this little sleigh ride ornament. Thank you so much for sharing creativity and company with me. Remember to shop with me to get what you want for your next crafting project.